I feel bad because I mean, obviously I've had you in class 2 years, but and I'll have you again. But
2 years is a long time.
yeah, it was. The world was different back then.
Exactly.
All right, so you're live on YouTube, and we'll go live on the television. So watch your.
All right, got it. Watch what you said. Call me Dennis.
Alright, you got it.
Call me Dennis.
You got it.
Our team is nice and small and easy. Jalen, number 1.
I'll get that center for you. So there's your score right there, okay? When everything's done, just hit that. It turns it all off. Okay? Got it? Then the green hit. Hit it and it'll go off. Then you're off the air. Okay?
So I had this thought in my head that I was like going to try to keep some stats, but I think I might be trying to overextend myself there. Like we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Small change. Okay?
Runner. It only updates at the end of the night, but I was just Zella's schedule. A lot of that. So we're gonna shout out to Miss Cooper at some point during the match.
If you don't address it, I'm going to address it also. If you don't do it, I will. I'll take you about your experiences.
Getting thrown out of the match.
Yeah, it's a time waster. Something before the game starts. What kind of facts are you going to share before you start it?
So introduce us. I'll introduce the teams.
Starters at all?
Talk about the records. Yeah, I was gonna go down in a moment and see if I could get the starting lineup. So I'm gonna do that like right. So I figure we'll go on with like a couple minutes left on the warm-up clock. Just to intro it. Maybe that's where you could say like California is coming off of 2 losses. And Avella's coming off of 3 losses, so both teams are in need of a win tonight. And then from there, then I can get into like the current section standings, tie it all together. Talk about their weekend ranking.
Got it. And then like in between matches, you can point out a player and timeouts, you know. Like if you're real heavy on one of our players, they'll point them out.
But yeah, don't wait for me to ship it. Acknowledge it.
Yeah, that goes for you too. I was watching one of last year's basketball broadcasts. Really quick, let's talk over each other the whole time.
He's great.
It's good.
He's a great big brother.
Oh yeah. Hey, another one.
Kid, not a dog. One dog is fine.
Agreed. I have 2 back home. There's a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
Especially one of them being a freaking St. Bernard.
Beautiful dogs.
Oh yeah. Shouldn't show much. It almost looks like Christmas in our house.
Glad I picked the easy job. There's no way I'd be able to announce live. I stutter over my words enough as it is.
Try pronouncing some of these names.
Okay, wait, first of all, Lodge Toast? I just have to press a little thing that says +1.
I did that for last year. Did you get the starting lineup? This is true. Very true.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast on the Avella Sports Network of tonight's volleyball match between the Avella Lady Eagles and the California Trojans. I'm Dennis O'Neill. I'm joined by my partner, Jason Stow. Jason, it's good to see you tonight.
Good to see you too.
We're here in the Avella gym. We have two teams that are in desperate need of a win. Is that right?
Yes, sir. California coming off a 2-loss streak, while the Eagles coming off a 3-loss streak. So these teams are both pretty desperate for a win at the moment.
Both teams competing in Class 1A, Section 2. California comes into tonight's match with a 6-3 section record, 6-4 overall. The Eagles come in with a 2-9 section record, 2-12 overall. California in position right now for a playoff spot, top 4 in the section. And a win tonight would go a long way towards locking that up for them. The Eagles, a win would get them right on the back on the right track towards a winning season. Jason, we're about a minute from first serve tonight.
Yes, sir. So, to my knowledge, you used to be a coach for the Eagles. Is that correct?
That's right. This is our first year. Me and Miss Cooper, former coaches here. And tonight we're up in the stands. It's a bit of a different view than being down on the bench, giving the referees our usual hard time. Although I can now say I take back about 97% of the things I said to those referees. But yes, we are looking at a new coaching staff this year for the Eagles. And a pretty small roster as far as numbers go, but that means that those on the roster will get a lot of playing time tonight. Taking a look at tonight's starting lineups for your Eagles. Number 1, Jalen Moore. Number 3, Caitlin Bruce. Number 4, our libero, Alessa Buzzard. Number 6, Milana Glom. Number 10, tonight the setter, Kelly Doman. Number 12, Haley Rush. And number 20, Avery Rado. The Eagles do have the setting experience going for them. Kelly Doman in her second year as the starting setter for the Eagles. But a lot of new faces on the varsity court this year, so they're going to be looking for the offense to put the ball away, as well as the ball control and the passing to keep the offense on track.
Along with this being Kelly Doman's second year being the center, she's played volleyball since her 7th grade year, or 6 years in the game, so we got some experience tonight for the Eagles.
And that setter spot is certainly the spot. If you're going to have experience, that's the place to have it. Your setter runs the offense for your team, and always an important spot on the court to have some leadership. We will be right back after tonight's introduction of the teams and the national anthem.
Now for Lady Eagles, who are coached by Mr. Matt Taylor and Mrs. 10, senior Kelly Doman. Number 8, junior Jalen Moore. Number 3, sophomore Katie Bruce. Number 12, sophomore Haley Rush. Number 4, sophomore Alessa Buzzard. Number 20, freshman Avery Rado. Number 6, freshman Milana Glom. Devoted to see these contests. Everyone please stand and gentlemen remove your hats for the playing for national anthem.
So as we prepare for first serve here tonight, taking a look at this week's WPIAL coaches rankings, California comes in at number 7 in the coaches poll in single A. Avella also is to compete in a section with Fraser, the number 2 rated team in class single A. So they have some tough teams on the schedule, and this one will be no different. The Eagles are wearing their white jerseys and blue pants tonight, serving from left to right. California comes in with their white and gold jerseys and black pants, serving from right to left. One of the fun leftovers from the COVID era is that teams do not switch sides throughout the match. So Avella will remain on our left side for the entirety of the evening.
Both teams meeting beneath the net, getting ready for that first serve.
California will have the first serve to start set 1. The first serve will be number 11, Ava Boytosh. The referees have checked the lineups, retrieved the game ball, and we are all set for first serve here. Serve is over. Rush passes. Rado, a topspin swing over the net. California swings off the block for the point. Kill there by number 4, Nina Conti for California. Moore can't quite handle the serve there. Out of bounds for a point for California. The Eagles have their setter in the back row right now. Kelly Doman has to run quite a far way, so they're going to need a nice high pass to keep her in serve receive. That pass also goes out of bounds. California takes a quick 3-0 lead. Back-to-back aces for Boytosh. Free ball over the net, which is responded to by California. They set their outside hitter. And the dig goes out of bounds. Another California point. So far, California not making many mistakes when they hit the ball. It'll be up to Avella to earn their point here with a swing. The referee calls a double contact on the setter. Point for California. That serve is just out of bounds, and the Eagles earn their first point of the night. Taking number 8, Jalen Moore, back to the service line. Moore serves over towards the net. The setter can't quite corral it, and a free ball put over. Moore tracks it down, and another free ball put over by the Eagles. Setting middle from California. Rush with the dig. Glom will put it up, and Doman will set it over. A nice defensive play, but they can't quite corral it on the Eagles' side. California really spreading out their offense here early, hitting up all of their different hitting options, left, middle, and right. And that kind of variety of attack is tough to keep up with. Serve not quite corralled by Glom, out of bounds for a point to California. We highlighted the senior leadership of Kelly Doman here, but the rest of the lineup features quite a few younger players still getting used to their first varsity year.
For instance, Avery Rado having 3 years under her belt. She also plays on the softball team here at Avella.
We have many multi-sport athletes here.
Indeed.
So during this timeout, I think the Eagles are going to have to focus on their serve receive, of course. That's kept them out of system.
The back-to-back aces from Boytosh really did California some good.
Yeah, you know, volleyball, it's a long game. Digging yourself an early hole can be discouraging, but there's still plenty of time left for them to dig themselves out. Another ace there by the Trojans. Takes our score 8-1. This is Nina Conti serving for California. Nice float serve to the middle. Passed by Rush. Glom pulls it out of the net. Swung over. Dug by California. A nice swing there by Reagan Gillen, but dug by Kelly Doman. Eagles will return the ball and reset their defense. Swing finds the corner. That's number 18, Madison Morton, finding that left back corner of the court there for the point. So right now the Eagles looking for a pass to get them out of this service run. That float serve drops quickly for an ace. Nina Conti putting up a strong service run here. Floater is out of bounds off of the antenna of the net. Point for the Trojans. You know, when you get a tough float serve like this, it's hard to see from this angle, but that float serve is moving almost like a knuckleball in baseball, so tough to read where it's going to go.
Indeed.
But like you see there, Moore just gets her body in front of it, and that's sometimes the best way to pass those. The back row set to the libero, hit into the net, point for the Eagles.
Making the score 11-2 in favor of California.
Next server for the Eagles is number 20, Avery Rado. That serve found the line for an ace.
Beautiful serve.
Rado, a freshman, number 20. Looking to make up some of the deficit for the Eagles with her serve. Over the net, Rush gets a swing. California will set again to the middle. Dug by Rado in the back row. Doman to Glom, tipped, but blocked by California. A nice block there by number 10, Azzy Kolditz. She was able to read that play, saw the tip coming, got her hands over the net, and blocked it.
Score currently 12-3 in favor of California.
Moore with a nice pass to Doman. Doman sets the ball over on 2. California sets middle. Dug and returned over, not quite. Morgan Ross, the sophomore, serving for California. Pass by Moore, a nice pass. They can set up the offense to Glom on the outside. She's blocked, but Eagles keep it in play. Set over, and again they find that back corner for a point where the defense is not. And what you'll notice is when teams find that back corner and they realize it's open, they'll go there again and again. So we might see that play. Passed over on the set and tipped down at the net. Point for California. Strong serves of California so far have been the theme of the night. Alessa Buzzard, the libero, with a pass. Doman keeps it in, and Buzzard will send it over. Can't quite get it over the net. Point for California. Glom passes. Doman sets, but attempting to put it over. Can't quite get it over the net. At this point, several unforced errors for the Eagles. They're passing the serve actually quite well now, but not able to make anything of it, not able to work for those swings. And we see the difference when California gets a swing. They've been able to put the ball away.
First time out of the game. I would definitely say California has had the stronger offense this evening.
Mm-hmm.
They're absolutely loving that back corner. But we have seen a few good serves on Avella's side, especially from Avery Rado.
Like we were saying, once you get the ball back, once your team has the serve, anything can happen. It's a long game, game to 25. But yes, priority number one right now is get that serve back, win the point, side out. The Eagles have used both of their timeouts allotted for this set. California serves leading 17-3. Buzzard with the pass. Doman takes it to the middle with Rush. Rush puts it away on the swing.
Avella getting that serve back.
And so now we'll see Caitlin Bruce, a sophomore, with the serve.
Katie Bruce has been playing since 7th grade. This is her sophomore season.
Swing, pass, but off the basketball hoop, and a point for California. Serving for the Trojans will be number 18, Madison Morton. Madison's a sophomore. Delman will swing here. She swings down the line. Nice play by the libero for California. Setting middle, she tips. Rush will set from the middle to Glom, who jumps and swings. Tipped off the block, but kept alive. Set over the net. And a swing that tips the top of the net. Throws the defense off and gets down on the court for a point. Good rally there. Good defense by both teams.
Indeed, indeed. I feel like after that timeout, Avella has picked up on their defense.
I agree. They certainly have a new attitude now. Good pass there by Glom off the serve. Can Doman save it? She can. Great angle, and she gets it down.
It's a beautiful save.
Well done.
by Doman.
Tough angle there. The geometry doesn't make sense to me, but I'm sure it makes sense to Miss Cooper. But she hit that angle perfectly and gets it down for a point. This will be number 6, Glom, with the serve.
For y'all that don't get the joke, Mrs. Cooper is a math teacher at Avella.
And Glom will record an ace there on the pass out of bounds.
Bringing the score to 6-19 in favor of the Trojans.
That serve just a bit long, out of bounds, point, California. And an important point here, especially in set one, is the Eagles are going to want to continue to fight hard, gain some momentum, because we're going to have a second set, a third set. They're going to want to have that momentum carry through. So even if they start playing well now, they may not win the set, but they're going to at least have that momentum going into game two. Looking for a defensive play here. The setter will be up at the net, a tip, and off the block for a point. Haley Rush in the middle with a swing, dug by number 6, Reagan Gillen. California swings to the outside. A nice touch by the libero, but she can't quite get it up to her setter. Point for California. That serve drops quickly for an ace. Gillen to serve. Glom gets one hand underneath. Rush will put it up for more. More swings out of bounds. And point for California. They will have game point here in set number 1. And a chance to serve to win.
Can Gillen do it?
So far, I'd say California, very consistent. Not many errors on their side, not many service errors, not many hitting errors, just very solid. Bruce tips over from the back row. The libero sets on California's side, another tip from the outside hitter. There's Doman up at the net with a tip.
Beautiful defense from both teams.
I agree, yes. And that swing into the net by number 4, Nina Conti, gives the point to the Eagles. So, yes, I think we're definitely seeing some intensity pick up here. Defensive plays are being made. This is number 7, Caitlin Minch, coming in to serve. That serve just hits the tape and goes for a game point for California. California wins the set, 25-7.
After the first set, I would definitely have to say California's had the stronger offense and maybe the stronger defense, but Avella has definitely picked up the pace after their timeout.
Yes, Avella will be looking for more swings throughout the rest of the night and make California continue to play defense. And again, the more swings that Avella can earn, the more out of system California gets, and therefore they can't set their hitters quite like they were able to in set 1.
Quick point to make, Milana Guam, this is her first year here at Avella.
And already getting some serious varsity playing time.
Indeed, indeed. Another player on the Eagles to keep an eye out for is Jalen Moore, having 4 years under her belt. Also plays on the softball team here at Avella.
Jalen's a great athlete. She could play any of the positions on the court, I think. They have her typically as an outside hitter on that far left pin, but she could set, she could play middle, she could probably play libero too. It's good to have versatile athletes like that on your team. Do we have?
About 45 seconds until the second set starts up.
While we have a moment, I'd like to give a shout out to our media production teacher, Mr. Saunders, for all of his expertise behind the scenes for making this possible tonight. And a special shout out to Miss Cooper, former head coach, who's in attendance here tonight as well.
And also a shout out to Dennis O'Neill for also being another coach, former coach of the team.
There's a rumor that went around that I was thrown out of a volleyball match one time.
Is it true?
That went around. That's all I can say. that story went around is all I can say.
So what he's trying to say.
What I say is I volunteered to leave before I could be shown the red card. Luckily, not these officials were not the ones who.
That's what they all say.
So, like we said, teams will remain on their sides for set 2. The Eagles will have first serve. Looking to jump out to a stronger start here in set 2.
Let's hope they can keep their momentum coming out of the first set.
It did feel like they had a little bit going there at the end of that set. So Doman will start us off. Float serve handled by the libero, Porter, for the California Trojans. And the swing, the kill by number 4, Nina Conti. So Ava Boitosh will be back to serve. She ripped off a few aces in game one, so the Eagles will try to contain that serve here. Moore with the pass sent over by Rado. Set to the middle and dug by Glom. But the ball falls. The setter Doman couldn't quite get there in time, and the California Trojans get the point.
Score currently 2-0 in favor of California.
Glom handles that pass, sent over by Rado to the back corner. Handled by Porter, the libero. And she swings. Nicely dug and set. Moore with the swing. Glom there digging Conti. Tipped over by Rado. California manages to recover. And now Avella will look to recover their defense as well. Tipped out of the middle. Moore with the save on the off-blocker defense. Hit over by Rado in the middle. Conti on the outside, and she's able to put it away. Good rally there. Good defense on both sides. Quality swings. But once again, California just making fewer mistakes, and they're able to win the point.
Avella really stepping up their game.
They are. They can't handle that serve, though. And Boitosh will go back to serve again. She serves short. Moore handles nicely to Doman, who sets the middle. Rado dug up. Set to the outside. Conti off the blocker for the point. So the Eagles find themselves on the verge of heading down the same path as game one, where they dig themselves a hole. See if we can avoid that here. Pass tight to the net. Potentially touched at the net. The referees will say no. Point for California.
Making the score 6-0 in favor of California.
More passes to the middle, and that free ball finds its way in, and the Eagles get their first point.
Avella getting their serve back.
So Moore will step behind the line for her serve.
Hopefully Avella can dig themselves out of the hole.
Strong line drive float serve. The setter can't quite handle that, and the Eagles earn the point. Toughest thing for a setter is when that ball takes them right into the net. They have to avoid contacting the net, try to get off a good set. There's a lot going on there. And this one also takes the setter towards the net. She is able to corral it nicely, keep it out of the net. California free ball's over. Doman the back set to Bruce. Bruce the cross-court shot. Conti responds with her own cross-court shot. That one for a point.
As we change serves here, another fun fact about Jalen Moore is that she plays volleyball in the off-season at a club.
Some of these girls get club experience in the off-season, a great way to stay in shape. That serve hits the net and over. Let serves are legal. Bruce corrals, free ball's over. California the back set. Sorry, that was to the middle, and that set was out of bounds.
Avella once again gets her serve back.
Well, you can tell the California offense is deceptive because they threw me off there.
Yeah.
Certainly setting all of their hitters tonight. That's Rado with the deep serve. California swings over. Bruce with the set here to the middle. Rush, she swings. Looks like it was out of bounds. Buzzard enters the game for Avella as the libero. The libero wears the different colored jersey. Your Latin lesson for the night, libero comes from the Latin word liber, meaning free. The libero is a free substitution, so she can just run on the court. Doesn't even have to sub in, doesn't count as a sub. And you see both teams throughout the night will use their liberos as a defensive player. A little miscommunication there. Doman and Bruce both have setting experience. Both were trying to take that second ball, and neither was able to quite control it. Buzzard with a nice pass on the float serve. California sets their middle. And the middle hits the deep corner for a point. Looks like she may have mishit that a little bit, and that may have thrown off the defender, expecting a much harder shot and then getting the tip instead.
California seeming to love those back corners.
Moore passes to Doman. Set up to Milana Glom on the outside. She takes a nice swing. And California, even when Avella's able to get swings, California able to play good defense and get their hitters set in system for swings like that.
Number 5, Morgan Ross, seeming to put on a great service behind the line, making the score 12-3 in favor of the Trojans.
Another float serve. Bruce swings down the right line. California responds to the tip. It's still alive. And out of bounds. I think it had the head of Katie Bruce there. And then out of bounds. So you'll notice California, when their servers go back, they've been able to rip off 5 or 6 in a row, and those runs can really hurt. Glom will swing from the outside. A nice cross-court shot there. That set is tight to the net. And Rush at the net with the swing and the kill.
Fun fact about Rush, she has 3 years under her belt, also playing on the basketball and softball team. Again, some more athletes that have more sports under their belts can definitely help a player's condition.
And that error, a rare error by the Trojans, leads to a point for the Eagles. Katie Bruce with an ace. And the Eagles with a little momentum, clawing back in. That serve called in on the line. Katie Bruce back-to-back aces. And we have a 13-7 game. Right now the Eagles have their setter in the front row. California setter in the back row, so they're going to have all 3 of their hitting options. And the Eagles have Katie Bruce setting, so actually their setter's in the back row as well. Free ball from the middle to Buzzard. Buzzard to Bruce. Bruce sets Doman, who tips to the back middle. A nice back set there by California. Doug saved. And a bit of a little too much extra juice on that swing by Moore. Sends that one out of bounds.
Something to take note about Katie Bruce is that she does play volleyball in the off-season, but not for a club.
That's because she's probably studying honors chemistry, which she says is her favorite class here at school. That free ball sent deep, corralled by California. Set to their outside, who tips over, finds the spot, and gets the point.
Making the score 15-7 in favor of the Trojans.
That ball that makes contact with the wall is automatically out of bounds. A nice try there by Doman to save that one, but couldn't quite get there in time. The referee with a great eye able to spot that and calls it out of bounds. So Azzy Kolditz back again. A little bit of luck there with the net on the serve and gets the point. That one's just unfortunate for the Eagles. Not much you can do when the ball just hits the net and rolls over. Not expecting that at all.
Expecting a much more serve that has a little more force.
Eagles send that one over on 2. They'll play defense now. That swing into the net and an Eagles point. So like we said, California comes into tonight's match with a section record of 6-3. That puts them currently at 3rd in the section. The top 4 teams in the section will make playoffs, so they are in a good spot right now. There are 3 section losses, 2 of them coming to Fraser, the top-ranked team in the section, and 1 of them to Mapletown. And that's an ace by Milana Glom. Again, the Eagles just need to stack up points here a few at a time. Chip away at that deficit. And Glom to the back corner, a nice serve. Puts the setter into the net, and that'll be a point for the Eagles. Nothing the setter can do about that. And Glom goes back again to serve. Her jump float. Puts the setter into the net again. Nicely saved, though. Bruce sets outside to Moore, and the official will call that a double contact point, California.
Glom really making an impact on her first year here at Avella.
That round of serving certainly helped. So Hannah Hall will serve for the Trojans. She serves to Moore. Ball tight near the net, and that'll put Doman into the net. Point for the Trojans. The only thing that can touch the net is your loose hair. No body parts, no jerseys, nothing other than your hair may touch the net. That's a nice serve, corralled by Glom and then by Buzzard. Free ball sent over, and California with a miscommunication can't handle that free ball. Haley Rush will step back to serve. Rush, just a sophomore, part of the young crew coming up through Avella Volleyball. That serve, though, will be wide into the official and out of bounds. Substitution here for the Trojans. And their libero will step back to serve. That's Rakaya Porter. But not until we have a timeout called by the Eagles. So, midway through the second set, Trojans lead 20-11, and they have the serve.
After a consensus with some of the players of the Eagles, they have said that their two hardest games they played were against Mapletown and Fraser.
Those teams certainly present a tough matchup. Fraser, one of the top teams in all of Class A, coming off of a Whippeal semifinal appearance. Whippeal championship appearance last year, Whippeal runner-up appearance. And Mapletown, always known as one of the most consistent, solid all-around teams year in and year out, so no surprise that those are the two toughest matchups so far for these girls. And California seems to be presenting a bit of a challenge tonight as well. So here's Porter, the libero, back again to serve, leading 20-11. She serves down the line. That ball will find the line, inbounds for an ace. Porter to serve. That ball will be low into the net. And the Eagles will gain the serve. Eagles are back to rotation one with Doman serving. Doman looking for those spots. She serves with the libero. Nice dig there. Nice save by Rush, keeping that ball off the floor. See if they can do it again. The tip here puts the California player into the net, and the Eagles get the point.
Some other sports that Kelly Doman plays. She's a cheerleader. She is the drum major in the marching band, and she also does rifle.
Kelly certainly stays busy.
That's for sure.
That tip blocked by the Eagles, but salvaged by California. That's Porter out of the back row taking that swing. That'll be deep and out of bounds. So California, the mistakes are adding up a bit here now, letting the Eagles back into this game.
Hopefully the Eagles can take advantage of these mistakes.
Another good serve there by Doman. California runs 2 offensive players right through the middle, though. That's tough to defend. Blockers unsure of who's going to take that swing. So this will bring into the game number 11, Ava Boydosh again to serve. Guam passes up, sent over on 2 by Doman. Doman digs that, and a nice little tip by Moore. California able to gain control of that ball. And the free ball sent out of bounds gives them the point.
23-14 in favor of the Trojans as the second set winds down.
Moore with the pass, tight to the net, nicely saved by Doman. Out of the middle, the tip there. And Katie Bruce can't quite get that swing over. Point for the Trojans. And they are looking at set point, 24-14. So Boydosh to serve for game point. There's Moore on the back set with the swing. And point for the Trojans. They win set 2. And they have a 2-0 lead in the match. Felt like for a while Avella was on the right track, but
yeah,
once California got that serve back, they have some servers who can certainly rack up the points pretty quickly.
You can definitely tell a difference between the 2 sets, especially in the Eagles, being able to keep up with the Trojans.
Certainly better defense, more digs there. And I'd say their goal for set 3 is going to be get as many swings as possible, because every time they had a swing, you notice California was out of rotation. Their setter has come up to the net, and usually good things happen when you get more swings. So that'll be the Eagles' goal for set 3.
One thing I do want to point out, the Eagles getting a new coaching. And one thing that I had discovered is that whenever the coaches sees another team doing a warm-up before a game, he'll make the Eagles do that drill for about an hour in their practice, in the next practice.
Learn by observation.
Indeed.
Well, in the coaching world, there's a lot of borrowing and stealing of ideas, of drills, strategy.
How much have you stolen?
Certainly I do keep an eye on the successful teams and the successful programs and see what they do differently. I have no idea how loud I'm talking though, like in the
You're doing good. Just on play. I'm just kind of sitting back, let you do all the talking.
That's it.
I see the score every once in a
If you have any volleyball questions, you can ask me them. We can kind of, if you see something that you think is weird, we can teach the game a little bit while we're doing this.
Of course.
The 2023 Whitfield volleyball season is winding down. This week and next week are the final weeks of the regular season. Avella has 2 section matches remaining against Fraser and Carmichael's next week, as well as 1 non-section against Wash High to close out the regular season. California will start set 3 with the serve. And that's Wojtosh to start us off.
Definitely a key server for the Trojans.
A key server who misses her first serve. Eagles will hope to capitalize on that. So here's Minch with the serve. That pass goes over the net and put down by Rado on the first swing for the kill. Katie Minch, just a freshman, one of the many young faces on the squad.
And you can see Kelly Doman messing with Avery Rado before the serve.
That ball up to the net, but not quite corralled by the Eagles. And so Nina Conti, number 4, back to serve. Conti starts far back at the ball. She runs up and serves a nice float serve from Glom to Minch and back to Glom. Libero Porter puts that one over, and that's Rado with the kill off the blocker. That's now 2 overpass kills for Rado here in the start of set 3.
Again, the difference between the Avella's defense from the beginning of the game to now, definitely a big improvement.
And that serve as well, pretty impressive by Rado. The back set will be down for a point for the Trojans.
Number 5, Morgan Ross, serving for the Trojans.
First ball sent over. Set there to Gillen is out of bounds. Point for the Eagles, just long. Sending Doman back to the service line. That ball out of bounds, and another point for the Eagles.
That brings the score to 5-2 in favor of the Eagles.
So now they'll look to build on this lead. That's served by Doman. Sent over by 6. That's Gillen. And then sent over by Avella zone, number 6, Glom. That pass, or I'm sorry, that swing just wide, just out of bounds. Substitution for the Trojans brings in number 24. That's Sydney Dunn. And that takes Azzy Kolditz back to the service line. Her serve just a bit short into the net, point for the Eagles. Milana Glom will serve.
The Trojans' serving has definitely gotten a little more sloppy.
That serve, low and flat, a good trajectory for an ace. And that's what Glom has. She'll look to repeat that serve again, I bet. And another low serve right over the top of that net. Hard to control by California. They put a free ball over. Avella looks to swing. That's Minch. Into the net and point for California. As a passer and serve receive, the lower that ball is to the net, the harder it is to read. And so if you're a server, if you can get that ball to cross just over the tape, that's an ideal serve, and that's what Glom was going for there.
Try to throw off your opponent.
So 25. Hannah Hall back to serve. She also serves into the net, another service error. And Jason, I think you were right. Something about the California service has become sloppy. We've seen several errors now.
Indeed, at the beginning of this game, their serving was pretty much phenomenal.
Certainly was their strength. That serve will just be out of bounds, giving the ball back to California. Eagles still lead 8-5. Substitutions on each side. Checking in for the Eagles is number 12, Haley Rush. And she'll be back to pass in the middle. Server for California is 12, their libero, Rakaya Porter. She'll also use all that space behind the line. Nicely saved by Avella to avoid a lift call. California sets and blocked, but not quite controlled by the Eagles. That was number 18, Madison Morton for California. Porter back to serve. Service error. Katie Bruce back to serve for the Eagles. She puts it on the libero. 24 swings, but corralled. Eagles put it back over. 24 tips. That's Sydney Dunn with the tip kill from the front right spot. She'll check out, and number 11, Ada Boydosh, will check in to serve. She missed her first serve to open up game 3. See what she can do with her serve here. Pass by Moore to Bruce. Rado swings out of the middle. And tipped over by Glom. California will set their outside hitter. And that's number 4. That's Nina Conti. She's been really solid tonight. Hitting that angle shot from the outside hitter position. And she's been racking up quite a few kills here tonight.
Bringing the score to 9-8 in favor of the Eagles. Starting to become a close game.
Doman swings down the line. Conti responds with her own swing down the line for a kill.
9s across the board.
So we are back to even. And game 3 looks like it'll be a tight one. Boydosh serves. Bruce puts it nice and high for Doman, but a little bit too far outside. She cannot quite get her body behind it. And a hitting error.
Trojans taking the lead.
Rado swings from about 12 feet off the net. Nicely played on defense by California. There's Conti with a smart roll shot of her own. Realizing that she did not need to go up and swing away. Probably not her best decision, so the roll shot tipping it over the block. That's the kind of move you get when you have a senior, as Conti is. Veteran move. That serve a bit long. Giving the ball back to the Eagles at 10-11. So Jalen Moore.
Behind the line.
That serve will go for an ace.
What a beautiful serve. Just as you said, right over the tape. That's exactly where you want to put it.
Different approach there, goes a little bit longer and just misses deep. Number 6, Reagan Gillen checking in for California. And number 4, Nina Conti going back to serve.
Right now the game seems pretty close. It's been a 1-point difference for the past few minutes here.
The key here will be for each team to avoid giving the other team a run of, like we said, 3 or 4 points. That'll help for Glom. A nice swing there and kill. Gets the Eagles back level. Avery Rado behind the line to serve.
Rado definitely being a stronger asset to the Eagles.
Setter has to pass that ball. A roll shot by the libero for Avella to control. Glom takes a roll shot as well. And the Eagles can't quite chase it down. Hits the wall, out of bounds. Number 5, Morgan Ross checking in and serving for the Trojans. That serve controlled by Buzzard. Doman sets to rush in the middle. The back set for California to number 10, Addie Kolditz for a point.
Trojans now have a 2-point lead over the Eagles. Still overall a very close game.
Set over by Moore. The Eagles reset on defense. Free ball now to the Eagles, see if they can use this. And the pass too high, out of the reach of the setter. This is where the Eagles really want to lock in, earn this point back, keep this lead within 3 or 4. Buzzard passes over the net. They'll reset. Oh, the middle sends it right back over on 1. Glom will swing. A smart shot. They send it back over, and the Eagles aren't quite ready for it. I'm not sure if California meant to do that either, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
The Eagles definitely want to catch up to them in this game because, if I'm not mistaken, if the Trojans win this, the game's over, correct?
That is correct. Yes, we have a best-of-3 match here tonight. California leads 2-0. So the Eagles are on their last life, and that will be 4 contacts and point for California. Ross back to serve. She serves deep, and that one will be out of bounds. Point Eagles.
Looks like she was trying to go for that back corner.
You certainly have some players who just go back there and blast it, and some who are more trying to pick their spots. Doman gets her fingers under it, and Eagles make a nice play, but they can't quite keep it in bounds.
You know, with your serving, I feel like kind of being strategic and picking your spot would be better instead of just nailing it, because it could end up in what was Kelly Doman's favorite memory, is when she got nailed in the face by one of Jeff Morgan's players.
As a volleyball player, you are going to get hit in the face at least once in your life.
I think that's with every sport that involves a ball.
And yes, some people have learned more times than others. That serve was wide. The Eagles get the ball back, trailing 14-18. Minch to serve. Back set. And tipped out of bounds. The right idea there at the net, but couldn't quite control it. Out of bounds.
Number 25, Hannah Hull, going back for the serve.
And Buzzard handles it, puts it over. Big swing out of the middle there by number 13, Haley Gibson. She puts that overpass away for the kill. Gibson, only a freshman for the Trojans. And at 5'10", one of the tallest players on their team. That line drive serve, Glom handles that well. Doman free ball over. Power push out of the middle there by 10. And will they call her in the net? They will.
Score being 20-15 in favor of the Trojans. The Trojans can definitely put this game away, but the Eagles definitely have a chance to catch up. Number 19, Serenity Bradbury, behind the line.
Bradbury serves. Set to 4, Nina Conti off the tip. Oh, and it's saved by the Eagles. Well done.
Beautiful save.
Now the back set. That one, not sure it crossed the net, but it doesn't matter. Lands on California's side, point for the Eagles.
As I've been saying all night, the defense definitely much stronger than it was in the beginning of the game.
Another Bradbury serve, puts it short on that 10-foot line. The setter sends it over, and the Eagles aren't quite ready for it. A nice play there by the back row setter for California. She stayed on the ground, hid that quite well. And that's a nice play there by the setter. So Rakaya Porter, libero, back to serve for the California Trojans. The jump float is inbounds. The official disagrees with the line judge, calling that one on the line, and an ace for California.
Score being 22-16.
So the Eagles desperately need a side out here. Another strong serve and an ace. So after a bit of a slow start for California with their serve in Game 3, they certainly have picked it up. And again, the team that just doesn't make many mistakes is going to be tough to beat. That error will help the Eagles.
Katie Bruce behind the line. Her favorite memory is whenever she got her first kill.
Everyone remembers their first. Libero takes the swing from behind the line. Rado tips over and finds the open spot on the court for a point. And the Eagles have life.
Rado not playing in the offseason, but likes to hit, likes to pass volleyball with her dad in her front yard. Definitely a great way to stay in shape.
A nice swing there by Conti, putting that one away and taking us to game and match point, 24-18. Boyd Osh enters again for the serve. Float serve, passed by Glom. Bruce with the forearm pass set. Rado swings, but not quite enough to put it over. And that'll do it. California wins set 3, 25-18. They win the match, 3-0. Jason, this was fun.
It indeed was.
We saw some good volleyball. The Eagles certainly tried their best, but just couldn't quite deal with California, who is a very deep team. They have a lot of players at all their positions who are solid. And California looking towards a playoff run. The Eagles have a few more section games left this season before they close out.
I definitely feel like one of the Eagles' weak points is how they start the game. They started the game very sloppy, but they've definitely improved throughout the match. So it's great to see a team improve, but unfortunately sometimes it's not enough.
Those first points are critical to set the tone of the match, and tonight they set the tone for California.
Indeed.
So that'll end our broadcast here tonight. I'm Dennis O'Neill, along with my partner, Jason Stow. It was a pleasure, and